Okay, it is my Friday fall food. Yeah, only I gotta be honest. We're gonna time out and be real honest. It is Saturday. I did do it Friday, and in the process of trying to figure out what was wrong with my computer, I deleted I deleted all my footage. So we get to refilm, but we also get to re-eat. I'm just saying. Okay, Mountain Dew Apple Dumplings. If you're from the South, and I've had several people already comment when I made the comment about what I was making, I thought, oh yeah, I had those. Down in the South, if you have been to any church function, if you've been to a funeral, if you've been to a homecoming, if you've been to a tent revival, you can be guaranteed you have eaten Mountain Dew Apple Dumplings. I'm just saying. And you can tell a real good recipe. I gotta show y'all my recipe. And I finally did. I organized my recipes one day. I sat down, and this is my dessert one. Don't you love my fancy? Yeah. And no, they are not all in here. Yeah, see how some are written out by hand. Ooh, that's one I need to make. Pumpkin chocolate cake mix. Yeah, it was good. That was last year's. Yeah, there's just some that like were my grandmother's. This was one of my other grandmother's, just homemade, written out on a card. Yeah. This is the one. And then German sweet chocolate cake. Yeah, I'm from Germany. I was born in Frankfurt, so there you go. But this, I'm an Army brat, so I am a true Southerner. I'm just saying. Okay. This is a scrap piece of paper. I can't even get, I don't think, maybe I can. Do you see how I wrote here Miss Betty Young? She is a sweet, sweet, sweet woman that was like a granny to our children when they were growing up. We homeschooled them. And every Friday, they would go to Granny Betty's, and she would have craft time with them. And Brian would get to go with Mr. Dent, God rest his soul, and he would do him like wood shop. He built cow feeders. And so Brian would help him build those cow feeders. It got them out of the house. It gave me a chance to go do errands, whether it be grocery shopping or whatever. But you can tell a good darn recipe if it's got that person's name next to it. And it was written out. I guarantee you I wrote this at church on this scrap pad that I had. I can remember when I had this scrap piece of paper. It was like a little scratch pad. And I wrote it down at church because it was so good. That's how you can tell a good recipe. I'm just saying. That's signs of a true recipe. I have modified it over the years. It calls for apples peeled and wedged. And then like your brown sugar and cinnamon. I still add that. But I have found... trying to get y'all where y'all ain't in the dark. I use the apple pie filling. To me, it just, I don't know. That's just one of my little twerks that I put on it. Apple pie filling. And you don't have to use Mountain Dew. You can use Sprite. You can use Sundrop. Any of your like lemon flavored type. And I just did the Walmart, the Mountain Lightning. It's just like Mountain Dew, 72 cents up at the Walmart. And I'm going to double it. For our crew, I have to double it. So it's 1 ounce, 8 ounce crescent rolls. I'm going to use 2. I hope my battery is still charging, y'all. Yeah, it's not showing a battery. Hey, Huns, I hope you're still there. I guess I need to stop it and make sure. Okay. Hey, Huns, I'm back. I couldn't figure out if it was still recording or not. My battery is charging, so I've got it plugged in. That's something else I need to do at Best Buy today. When I take my computer, I need to get another battery for my camera. So that's two things. Anywho, back to bacon. This is just so simple. You are going to take a half a stick of butter. Now remember, I'm doubling, so I'm going to use a whole stick of butter. A half a cup of brown sugar, so I'm going to use 1 cup, and then a half teaspoon of cinnamon, so I'm going to use a whole teaspoon. And you're going to kind of melt that. So I'm going to go ahead and get that kind of going and melting. And you know what? I might do that. Hold up, we're going to go the easy route. Yeah, if I make loud clattering, it's all good. It's all good. We have not turned on the dishwasher. I had my treatment yesterday. That's another thing. I usually go on Thursdays, and I had to go on Friday. So that was another thing that blew my mind. Yesterday felt like Thursday. And me and the girls and Brian, I just did not feel like cooking. I had to go and pick up my van. So Bo, right when he got home from work, bless his heart, he didn't even get out of the truck. He picked me up and we went and got my van because they closed and I didn't want to be all weekend without Bessie. Alright, all I'm doing is I'm taking my butter and I'm putting in this because you're going to melt it. Now I'm just going to melt it in the microwave. And you're going to go ahead and add your brown sugar and your cinnamon. So I'm going to go ahead and do that while I'm talking. We can chat. And technically, for a teaspoon, did you know that if you cup your hand and you go right in that little divot, okay, see if I can get y'all down enough where you can see. Wait a minute. We're going to try to do this. Alright, for a teaspoon, if you cup your hand and you get it in that well part of your hand, that is a teaspoon. I guarantee you. Alright, now to get y'all back where you were. Yeah, that's a teaspoon. So, it doesn't matter if you got big hands, little hands. If you well your hand, that little well part is a teaspoon. Just saying. I'm looking for my teaspoon so I can actually prove to you that it's a teaspoon. Ah. I got this little gizmo at Walmart. And it goes from... That's the only bad thing. The little markings have done come off. But I can see where a teaspoon was. Alright, so we are going to see if Big Mama was right. Uh-oh. Big Mama was, well, you know what? It was half a teaspoon. That is exactly, yeah, that's a half a teaspoon. Unless that's 1.5. Yeah, I'm about to have full-blown come apart up in here, I tell you what. Okay. So just forget everything I taught y'all. Get your measuring spoon. Your well of your hand is a half a teaspoon. We're going to blame it on the medication and move on. I swear I do not have dementia. I do have like several neurologists. I even got to go to Johns Hopkins. Yeah. Hey y'all. Alright, so we're going to do, because it calls for, that's what it was. It calls for a half a teaspoon. And I'm doubling, so I need the whole. Alright, and then half a cup of brown sugar. And I ain't got no secret method of measure now. I love my mason jar measuring cups. Got these at the World Market. Oh, I forgot I had the, I got the measuring spoons. A lady at church got me. I forgot I had them. Alright, so we're going to do, it calls for half a cup of brown sugar, so we're going to use a whole cup. After I clatter and bang and boom and bash. And I'm just going to hold it over my container and level it out. Alright, so I leveled that out. So I'll dump that in there. Alright. So I am just going to pop this in the microwave. And we're going to let it do a minute. We're going to let it do a minute. I'm going to go ahead and put my cinnamon up and my brown sugar up and clean out some of my, yeah, you know, you brown sugar in bulk, y'all get it to Sam's Club. It's cheaper. I kid you not. It is so much cheaper buying it in bulk at Sam's. Yeah. Anywho, we can move on to our next step while that's kind of melting and doing its thing. We are going to open up these crescent rolls, if my hands are going to let me do anything. Hey, hon, can you come here, please? Let's see what we're melting. Can you open these, please, sir? My hands are not cooperating. Alright, this is melted, and I'm just going to kind of stir it in, get all my lumps out. You're just trying to make like a syrup out of it. See, even he's having problems. So it wasn't just, oh, he got it. Now watch, it's going to scare the dickens out of him when it pops. Or is it tiny? Oh, darn. I was hoping it was going to explode on you. Alright, thank you. Y'all can tell we're real scientific with this food program. Maybe this is why we ain't on Food Network. I'm just saying. I am going to spray my pan though. Thank you, honey. Appreciate. I am going to spray my pan, and I'm doing it in a disposable pan. I love these little, they call them half steam pans. I get it Sam's Club. Used to they were $5 something, but they went up. I ain't gonna complain. You get 30 of the boogers, or maybe they went up to 36. Can't remember. But they're like $7 now. But so worth it. If you were making something, or like my frozen meals, I talked about on my menu plan, I had a freezer meal of spaghetti. And I just popped it in one of those, put foil on it, and shoved it in the freezer. And that way I'm not using up or not having free some of my casserole pans. Or if I have to take a meal to a family, I will take it in one of those, and that way they don't have to worry about washing the pan, and they don't have to worry about getting it back to me, and I don't have to worry about not getting it back. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so you're going to open up your apple pie filling, and like I said, you can take an apple and wedge it up and do it that way. I just prefer, to me, it just has more flavor, and I'm going to take a good little scoop. And I'm going to see if I can get y'all down in here. I can't tell. I can't see. Anywho, I'm going to put it like right there. Can y'all see that? Becca, I guess you can. There you go. Alright, I'm going to just kind of splot that in the middle. And I'm going to fold over and fold over. I got a little too eager beaver. I put too much in there. But that's alright. Look, he going to come squirting out. So we're just going to You're just going to fold up and make like a dumpling, and you're going to lay in your pan. And you're just going to kind of keep doing that. And I'm not going to need both cans, I don't think, of apple pie filling. You just want to get a good apple wedge, some of the juice. I want another little apple piece right there. Maybe not that one. And you're going to fold over and fold over and fold over. And you're just kind of making, there's no scientific way of doing it, as you can tell. Just kind of balling it up in there and doing like that. They can be round, they can be triangled, whatever you wind up with is fine. I'm going to put it in my hand and see if I can. I'm going to take another little piece. And I'm just going to fold up, take that corner and fold over, and take, oh, that's got some of the cardboard on it. Take this corner and fold over. Do you see how I did that? Alright. So you got like a Chinese dumpling. And you're just going to keep doing that and layering them in your pan. So, while I do the rest of these, I'm going to turn y'all off and I'll show you what we're done with. Okay. So this is what your pan is going to look like once you got them all balled up and dumplinged up, or whatever you want to call them. You just kind of got them tucked in there. And to me they look like little Chinese dumplings. And that's what you're wanting. So then you take your butter and your brown sugar and your cinnamon mix, and it calls for 3/4 of a cup of your Mountain Dew. Well, remember, I doubled, and it only took one 21-ounce can of apple pie filling to do 2 cans of crescent rolls. Just saying. So 3/4 and 3/4. I did homeschool our kids, and I can remember from fractions and math, 3/4 and 3/4 is 1.5. Oh, I never thought I would get that drilled. If you homeschool, the best way of teaching fractions, is by cooking. Make them cook. And either double or triple or cut your recipe in half and make them start doing it that way. Or look on, do a search on YouTube for Lego fractions. I kid you not. And it will teach you how to use Legos to teach fractions. I'm just saying, wonderful. So we need, because I'm doubling, instead of 3/4 of a cup, I need 1 1/2. So, alright. What did I do with my cap? I done lost my lid, y'all. I flipped my lid. I can say that honestly. What did I do with the dipper and lid? Alright, we're on the hunt. Oh, here we go. Found it.
I thought you meant this.
No, Carol Beth took it. She didn't. I just misplaced it. Alright, you're going to take your Mountain Dew and you are going to add to your butter and brown sugar mixture. And we can throw this lid in the garbage can over. And you are just going to stir this in. Oh, look, it got all frothy and foamy. And it smells delicious, y'all. Like, I kid you not. Yeah. Yeah. This is what heaven's going to smell like. That and the clouds are going to be meringue. I don't know if some of y'all have commented you're from Alabama. If you've ever been to Montgomery and you've been to Martin's, comment down below. Me and baby girl and Brian ate there the other day. He rescued us whenever my car messed up. So I took them to lunch at Martin's. If you get there in time, you can order the fried chicken and get the pulley bones. They open at 11. We got there at 12:15. They were all out of pulley bones. I kid you not. Anyhow, I might have done told y'all that story. Anywho, their meringue pie. If you go, you gotta get the pie. I don't care how full you are. Order either the lemon meringue pie or the chocolate meringue pie. And I kid you not. Your filling is going to be about that deep. Your lemon or your chocolate. And that meringue, I ain't lying, it's going to be that thick. Carol Beth said it's what clouds in heaven are going to be made out of. Meringue clouds. I'm with her. Alright, all you're going to do is you're getting real scientific, y'all. Martha Stewart, hold on, I'm going to replace you. You're just going to take this and you're going to pour over. Yeah, I told you. You're just going to pour it over like that. Right there. That's all you do. Pour it over. Yeah. And 350. Cover with foil. 15. Okay. I had to read my little chicken scratch. You know how when you're doing them little handmade recipes. 350. 15 minutes covered with foil. And then 15 minutes covered without. And since I doubled it and I doubled the liquid, it might take a little bit longer. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've made this. And I don't know why. I don't know why I don't make it more often. A, it's easy. It's cheap. It doesn't take a lot of ingredients. And it is so stinking good. So I'm going to cover this with foil. I should have already had my oven preheated, but what you going to do? I'm going to cover it with foil. And do my 15 with it on, and then we're going to look at it, see what it looks like, and then decide if I need to do a little bit longer with the foil on. And that's another good thing about these pans. If you get the 12-inch foil, it will cover these little sheet pans I was talking about from Sam. It covers them perfectly. It doesn't take like 2 or 3 sheets to cover. But they're just the perfect size. Like the other night when I took some Dorito pie, I put it in one of these. I have found though, just for safety, and my hands ain't what they used to be, I do always put on a cookie sheet. It's just once you get so much in there and it's kind of full, it's flimsy. I mean, they're good sturdy pans, but once you get some weight in them, my hands can't, yeah. So I'm going to pop this in the oven for 15 minutes, check it, and then see if I need to go a little bit longer with the foil. I'll show y'all the finished product. Alright, this is what we're looking at after 15 minutes of being in there with the foil on. I just took the foil off. Do you see how it's kind of soaked up a good bit of that liquid? Remember, it was like flooded. So, I think I am going to leave my foil off. We're going to put it in there for another 15 and see what we've got. And if it needs to cook any longer, then I'll kind of figure from there. Alright, y'all, these are what those Mountain Dew apple dumplings look like now. Doesn't that look, oh, I wish y'all could smell. Oh, I wish I could smell. And really good, and I do not have none. It would be excellent. Yeah, I just got y'all going all over the place, don't I? We can get my Johnny Deere plate. I used to have a whole set, and now I'm down to just a few. Can't have nothing with these people. Anywho, I'm going to scoop one out and let y'all see. I just want to make sure that it did get good done. Oh yeah, look at that juice. Do you see that? Now, what would really be good, and I might have to buy some, y'all. I'm just saying. I might have to. If you had a dollop of vanilla ice cream. I'm just throwing that out there. But this is, see how it's crunchy on the outside, and underneath it's kind of not like doughy, but soft. So you want that, hear that crunch on top. You want that. You don't want it burnt hard, and you don't want the bottom burnt hard, but it just, ooh, with the steam coming out of there. See how it kind of, and you don't want the flaky crescent biscuits. I do the crescents. You just want the normal. These are great value. Just a plain old great value crescent rolls. Y'all, I got to put a little bit in my pie hole, even though it's hot. Ooh, I want that crunchy part. Okay. Wait a minute. I got to get my camera situated. We aren't tethered to the battery right now, so yeah, it's showing it's fully charged. I don't know how. Oh, it smells wonderful. Hey, hon, how you doing? I don't want to melt my teeth. Yeah. But those of you that don't know, they're mine. I paid for them. I paid very good money for these teeth. And I ain't talking about braces. I did in my Sjogren's, and my mouth staying so dry, it caused extreme cavities. And yeah, they were fixing the same teeth over and over and over and over again. And it wound up where they were just awful. And so, and I kept getting infections. My lymph nodes, in fact, would swell from where I would get infections. So, best course decision, pull them. So, that was the best thing I ever had done. I used to have a huge gap right here, like Mike Tyson gap. Yeah. And so, whenever they got ready to make my fake ones, they wanted to know if I wanted them exactly like my two front teeth were huge, like Bugs Bunny teeth, and then the two little teeth next to it were little itty bitty tiny things. They were odd. It was odd, to say the least. And they're like, okay, we can make a mold impression and do your teeth exactly like. I'm like, heck no. If I'm going to buy my teeth, I want some pretty teeth. If you're from Alabama, you know who Judd Davis is. He's the man that does the local news here in town. He's got the prettiest, whitest teeth you'd ever see. And I'd always make the comment, that was my dream teeth. I wanted Judd Davis teeth. So I told them whenever they got ready to make my teeth, they better be straight, they better be even, all teeth need to be equal in size. See? Ain't they pretty? I couldn't get Judd Davis white. They did have it, but it was an extra upcharge. Mama couldn't afford the upcharge. So anyhow, if something's real hot, I make the comment, it's melt your teeth hot. I don't want to melt my teeth. Oh my gosh, y'all. And see that apple pie filling? Because it had some of the cinnamon flavor in it. To me, it just tastes better than the apples. Oh, my stars and garters. I might need them 24s again, y'all. Ooh. I could die right now and be a happy woman. Well, I need to wait until I finish this. And then I can... But seriously, oh my gosh, y'all. You have got to try Mountain Dew Apple Dumplings. I kid you not. Your family will thank you. Your taste buds will thank you. Your pie hole, we call this your pie hole. Because that's where your pie goes. In your pie hole. Oh, Lord, y'all. Woo. Oh, my stars. I gotta finish this. Let's see, 8 crescent rolls times 2, that was 16. Divided by 5 people. That's gonna be an uneven number, y'all. They ain't gonna know about this one. I'm doing the math in my head of how many I can have. I ain't got to share with nobody. Me and this pan can go on out to the car. Oh, yeah, seriously, y'all. Go get your crescent rolls. You need crescent rolls, apple pie filling, Mountain Dew, butter, brown sugar, cinnamon. That was it. And like I said, if you want to make it real good, vanilla ice cream or some whipped cream. But to me, y'all, oh yeah. Tasty. It's downright tasty. And it wound up because I did the double batch. Whew. I wound up finally cooking it an extra 10 minutes, but that's because I did the double batch. So, and it can have, see how it's got a little bit of liquid left? I'm going to let it set and it will soak that in, or it will thicken up and make like a sauce that you can pour over. Yeah. Yeah, you want it where you can just drizzle that sauce over, especially if you had ice cream. Do your dumpling, then do your ice cream, and then just take some of that juice and drizzle over your ice cream. Ladies, if you don't have a husband and you dating, fix him some of that. He'll be popping that ring on that finger. Weight on a man's heart through his stomach, and that's the honest truth. My husband was 29-30 when we got married. 29 in the waist, 30 long. Just like our son. Our son is 29-30 right now. Now my husband is a 40-30. Long as I keep him bigger than me, well, I'm doing good. Because compared to him, I just got to keep him fatter than me, y'all. But there's your apple dumpling recipe. So I am so glad that I have collabed with Fallon. Hey girl, from Moss Family TV. I'm sorry this is late coming to y'all. Like I said, technical difficulties, whether it be up here or with the computer, who knows. But yeah, hope y'all enjoy that recipe, and I will see y'all later. Oh, don't forget, put on them pearls, put on that smile, and y'all be sweet. And check out all the other fall family food challenge. I forgot what we... Fall food. What do we call it? Y'all know what we call it. They'll be linked below. And I'm so glad y'all popped over here from her channel or whoever's channel, and they're all going to be linked. So y'all go visit everybody and try these apple dumplings and say hey to your mama and them. And I will see y'all tomorrow.